Hello, this is Sven from AquaNife in Denmark. We are the European distributor for AquaNife equipment, produced by Vapor Honing Technologies in the USA. If you're looking at this video, you probably bought one of our Restomate water polishing cabinets, so thank you very much for that. When it arrives, check the cabinet for any transport damage, the cabinet, the technical equipment, to make sure that you have equipment in one piece and no problems. Secondly, check all the equipment that comes with the cabinet, the closed loop water system, the chimney. You have a clear hose that attaches to the side of the cabinet, a small cup to measure water media ratio, and two mats that will absorb the oil in the water, which are to be put in the top basin here to my right. Step 2 in setting up the AquaNife Restomate is to connect the fitting here to the pressure regulator. That needs to be a fitting that complies with the fittings you're using in your own workshop. The threads in the pressure regulator is normal 1/4 inch pipe threading, so no problems there. Then you take the clear hose with the fitting and screw it in the pneumatic squeeze valve. And before that, you have placed the closed loop water system like this, so that the hose drains into the top basin. The air connection for the water pump, you need to push in this fitting here with a firm push, so it's airtight. And then you take the water supply hose and connect it to the pump port here. And here it's very important to note that below the hose there is a clip that you need to push in place to secure the fitting in the pump, like that. Then you take the chimney and mount it here. Not necessarily because you need to exhaust any fumes, but you do have a lot of air going into the cabin, and that needs to come out. So that's what the chimney is there for. Okay, step 3 is to fill the cabin with water, and also the two buckets for the closed loop water system. At this point, you do not need to connect either power or air. So with a suitable water hose, you can simply just open the door here and start filling the cabin with water. And when the water level has reached this height here, it will start to flow out of the drain tube, and then you stop filling water in the cabinet. Then you fill the lower bucket with about 80% water, and the top bucket here, you fill enough water in for it to start draining down this tube. Then you have the correct water level in order to do step 4. Before you do this, make sure that you have all valves closed on the closed loop system and the cabin here, so you don't have any unwanted drainage. Okay, so now after you have filled the cabin and the closed loop system with water at the correct level, you take this oil absorbing mat and place it here in the top basin, so it will float and it will absorb the oil from the water. Secondly, you take the bucket with the AquaNife chamber balls, which is a specially hardened glass ball, and then in the middle of the cabin you just empty the full bucket at the shelf, like that. Close the door. Connect it to power, like this. Turn it on here, see the light works. And then you take your air hose, connect it to this fitting, and you will hear the pneumatic water pump working. And you can test it by pressing the yellow gun in here. That works. At the rear of the cabin, you need to adjust the pressure regulator that gives air to the air pump to 0.3, like that. The pressure regulator, which is for the spray gun in the cabin, you adjust to 0.8. And when running the machine, you should have a pressure between 0.5 and 0.6 in order to have the best function of the machine. So now it's just simply a matter of putting your hands in the gloves, finding a suitable position for the spray gun, press the pedal. And you're all set to go. The cabin has a window spray system which is adjustable two ways. You can adjust it by period and you can adjust it by the time it sprays. How to do that is inside this cabinet here, where at the bottom you have a two-step timer. The knob to the left adjusts the time between the sprays, and the other knob adjusts the time lapse that the nozzle sprays. So you can adjust that for your own liking, and that is to ensure that the screen is sprayed with a frequency that allows you to see what's going on inside the cabin. The other timer we have here is for the pneumatic squeeze valve, which is delayed in opening. And you need to set that to 30 seconds. See, there it opens. Set it at 30 seconds, which is the correct for this media. And check when you press the pedal. And after you release it, 30 seconds after that, the valve should open. If it's too long, lower it. If it's too short, give it a little more time. Okay. Once again, thank you very much for buying one of our cabinets. I'm sure it will give you much pleasure and a lot of happy customers. If you have any technical questions, you can always call me. Our phone number is on our website and it's also actually on the cabin. We are always ready to give good advice, and feel free to call anytime or send us an email.